कुठपर्यंत झाले मागच्या लेक्चर आयसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल. ओके. So my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now in the last lecture we are studying the formulas. Okay, so we have seen the x bar and y bar formula for the isosceles triangle. What is the formula for x bar? It is x bar is equal to, if the base of triangle is B and height of triangle is H and it is isosceles or equilateral triangle, what is the formula for x bar and y bar? So here if I draw the triangle, this is your isosceles triangle.
B by 2 and H by 3.
Correct, B by 2 and H by 3. Okay, so here I will draw. This is the base B. This is the total height H. So this is B and this is H. Now the centroid of this rectangle may be situated somewhere here. Okay. So if I draw the reference axis, then the reference axis you should draw in such a way that your figure should come in the first quadrant. This is y-axis. This is your x-axis. Now you ensure that your figure must be in the first quadrant. So your x and y both are positive. So the distance is, if you measure the distance of the centroid from y-axis, okay, this horizontal distance from y-axis, this we called it as x bar. And the distance of the centroid from x-axis, this vertical distance, this distance it is called as y bar. So in the case of isosceles triangle, your x bar, it is equal to, if this base is B, then it is B by 2. Your y bar, it is equal to, if height is H, then it is H by 3. And the formula for area is equal to half into base into height. So this is for isosceles triangle. Now next diagram is for semicircle. Next is the semicircle. So in semicircle, we will see the various cases. So I will write here semicircle. Okay. So in the semicircle, you should remember one point, that the important note here. Okay, the CG of the semicircle is at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi from the base. So if you draw the normal semicircle, then your semicircle will be like this. This is the base, and now if you draw it, it will be like this. This is your semicircle. When you cut circle into two equal pieces, then the part which will remain, it is nothing but semicircle. And here somewhere, this is the center of semicircle. So on this point, you can keep your compass and you will draw with a radius. See, this is your radius R. Okay. So here, this is your radius R. So if you keep the point of compass on this point and with a radius R, you can draw a semicircle. This is the semicircle. Okay. So the centroid of the semicircle may be situated somewhere here. Now see, centroid and the center are two different points in the case of semicircle. Here you can see, this is the center of the semicircle, and this point which is above that center, this is called as centroid of the semicircle. What is the center? So center is nothing but from here at a distance of R, you have made one circumference, and that we called it as a semicircle. So from this center, if you measure any distance on this semicircle, it will be radius at any direction. If you measure from this point up to here, it is r. From the center up to this end, it is also r. Any point on this semicircle, the distance will be r, radius. So that this point is called as circle. But the centroid is such a point. From this point, the area of this whole semicircle is supposed to act. So this is the centroid. So these two are the different points. Now we want to find out what is the location of this centroid for this semicircle. So our procedure is same. First of all, we will draw the reference axis. So you should draw the reference axis in such a way that your semicircle should come in the first quadrant. Okay, so here now you can see the diagram. This is my y-axis, this is x-axis, and now this semicircle is in first quadrant, and this is called as base of the semicircle. Okay, the base of the semicircle. So now the formula for this centroid. Now what is x bar and y bar? So here x bar is the distance of the centroid from y-axis. This is x bar. This distance we called it as x bar, and then the distance of centroid from x-axis, that is this vertical distance, this we called it as y bar. This is y bar. So in the case of semicircle, here x bar is equal to, see, if this total is nothing but diameter. This total is nothing but the diameter of this semicircle, this total length, and half of it. So this is the radius. This distance is r, and further from this point also it is r, because this is the center. This is the center. So this is r. Both of them are r. So you can see that this centroid is at a distance of r. Okay, so x bar is equal to what? R in the case of semicircle. And then y bar, x bar is equal to r, and then y bar is equal to, the formula for y bar, you have to remember this formula. It is 4r upon 3 pi. This y bar, this whatever the distance is there, this is the base of the semicircle. This is called as base of the semicircle. So always remember that the centroid of the semicircle from the base is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. Okay. So here I will write that note so that you will remember this. So here I will write note. This is very important point. So here you also note down this, the CG, that is the centroid of semicircle is at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi from base. This is important, from base. It is 4r upon 3 pi from base. It is 4r upon 3 pi from base. So the centroid of the semicircle is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from base. Now here you can see this is the base of the semicircle. The diameter where it is situated, this is the base of the semicircle. So from base it is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So fortunately base and x-axis are on the same line. Now you can see your reference x-axis is also here and the base of semicircle is also here. So from the base, the centroid is at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi, and this is nothing but this is equal to your y bar, because this is the distance of the centroid from x-axis. So here in this case, your y bar will be equal to 4r by 3 pi. Now what is the area? Area of the semicircle? It is, what is the area? pi r
square.
pi r square by 2 or 1/2 pi r square by or 1/2 pi r square. Okay. So this is the area of the semicircle. Now this is the case when your base of the semicircle is parallel to x-axis or it is along the x-axis. Now if the inverted semicircle is there, now see, suppose the semicircle is, now suppose this is the base of the semicircle and now it is like this. Now this is the semicircle. Okay, this is your center point. This is your center point where you can keep the compass and you can draw this semicircle. And then the centroid of the semicircle in this line, it will be somewhere here. This is the centroid point of the semicircle. Okay. And now we want to locate its x bar and y bar. Now we want to locate its x bar and y bar. So here you can see that this distance is nothing but r, radius. Here this distance, it is r, radius, and this is also r. This is r and r, radius. Where here also, if you measure up to here, this is nothing but this is also radius r. This is also your radius r, and your diameter is, if I show the diameter, then this is the diameter. This total is nothing but diameter. You know that d is equal to 2r or d is equal to 2r or r is equal to d by 2. So this is your diameter d. Okay, and this is also called as base. This is the base of semicircle. This is called as base. This point, it is nothing but base of semicircle. Okay. Now, as usual, if I draw the reference axis, now if we draw the reference axis, now see, we have to draw the reference axis in such a way that our figure should be in the first quadrant. So I will draw, this is my x-axis. And similarly, we will draw the y-axis also. So the y-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay. This is our x and y axis. This is x, this is y. Now the distance I will show over here, what is x bar and what is y bar. X bar you should always measure from y axis, that is the horizontal distance, and y bar, it is vertical distance, that should be measured from x axis. So here from y axis, this is the distance of the centroid. This is your x bar. And from x axis, this is my x axis. From x axis, whatever this distance of the centroid is there, vertical distance, this is my y bar. Now I want these distances, x bar and y bar. Area will be same, pi r square, as this is also semicircle, area will be same. So now here, x bar is equal to what and y bar is equal to what? Can you tell me what is the value of x bar?
R.
X bar is equal to r, correct. So this is the distance you can see over here. This is x bar, which is nothing but this r, radius. Okay, from y axis here, this is nothing but x bar. Now I want to find out y bar. What is y bar now? You can use this. Whatever note, important note I have given to you, you can use that note and you can calculate this y bar. What is the answer of this y bar?
R minus 4r by 3 pi.
Correct, r minus 4r by 3 pi. It is the correct answer. I will write here first. It is r minus 4r upon 3 pi. Okay, so kasa alate baga. Here what important note is given to you? The centroid of the semicircle is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from base. Now this is the base. Now this line is base. So from this baseline, this centroid will be at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So this distance will be 4r by 3 pi. This much of distance. And from this point up to the end of this semicircle, this will be the radius of the semicircle. So from this total distance, if I minus this much of distance, then I will get this remaining y bar. So if I write over here, see from this point here, this much of distance, how much it is up to the centroid. So this distance is, this is 4r upon 3 pi. From base, the centroid is 4r upon 3 pi. I want y bar. Y bar is this distance. Okay. But you also know that what is this total distance? This total distance from this point up to here. Okay. This total distance. See, this is the total distance. So this distance means it is the radius. This is nothing but this is what? This is radius. Okay. So I will move this. So see, if I move this, you can see this arrow. So this is nothing but this is radius. So from this radius total r, if I minus this 4r by 3 pi, then I will get this remaining distance. I will get this remaining distance from this total distance, which is nothing but radius of the semicircle. From this, if I minus this much of distance, this distance we already know because the standard formula says that the centroid of the semicircle is at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi from base. So this is my base. Okay, so from base, it is the centroid is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So from this total radius, if I minus this 4r by 3 pi, I will get this y bar, the distance of the centroid from x-axis. That is my y bar. So now for our understanding, I will take this distance over here. Okay, this is r. So in this way, you will get this formula. X bar is equal to r and y bar is equal to r minus 4r upon 3 pi. And area will remain same. Area is same. It is pi r square by 2. Area is same. Okay. So these are the two types of semicircle when your base of the semicircle is along the x-axis. This case is called as base of the semicircle is along the x-axis. And this case is called as base of the semicircle is parallel to the x-axis. It is not along the x-axis. Okay, it is just parallel to the x-axis. In first case, it is along the x-axis. So these are the two cases. If anybody is having any doubt, you can ask me. तुम्हाला कळलं काय समजलंय का दोन्ही cases? Okay, what about you? Those who are online, have you understood these things? Both of these semicircles, because this is very important. We have to directly use these formulas while solving the numericals. So it is very important to understand the formulas. If once you understand that, then there is no need to by heart this. Once you understand what is x bar, what is y bar, from where which distance should be measured. Once you understand these things now, then there will not be any need to by heart the formula. Okay, so can anybody reply me? Is it clear? Shall we move to the next type?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, so now the two more cases are there for the semicircle. Now see, now here we have seen that when the base is parallel to x-axis, when your base is horizontal. Okay, so in that again two cases we have seen when our base of the semicircle is exactly lying on the x-axis and when our base of the semicircle is parallel to the x-axis but it is not lying on the x-axis. This is the second case. Now third case is when the base of the semicircle is parallel to y-axis. Okay, now instead of x-axis, if the base is parallel to y-axis, then what will happen? What is the change in the formulas? So here I will draw semicircle again. So here you can see now this base is parallel to y-axis. So this is the semicircle. Okay, this is the semicircle, and now you know that what is base. So this dimension is nothing but it is base. This is the base of semicircle, and now this base is parallel to y-axis. Okay, again the things are same. This is your center point where you keep the compass, and you can draw by keeping one point of compass here. You will take a distance is equal to radius, and you can draw this semicircle. So this is the center of semicircle, and this is the centroid of the semicircle. The centroid of semicircle means this is a point from which we assume that the area of the semicircle is acting. Okay. So now, can you tell me what is the formula for x bar and y bar without solving further? From this point directly, can you tell me what is the formula for x bar and what is the formula for y bar? Assume that the radius of the semicircle is r and the diameter of the semicircle is d. Okay, so we will draw the axis, then might be you will be able to answer. So now this is the x-axis which I have drawn. This is the x-axis. Now this axis is the y-axis. This axis is y-axis. This is x. This is y. Okay. So x bar means what? From which axis we should measure the distance for x bar? X bar, कुठून मोजतो आपण x bar? It should be measured from y-axis. Okay. So the distance of the centroid from y-axis, this is nothing but your x bar. X से distance नहीं भी horizontal असते. Okay. The y bar. So y bar is the distance of this centroid from x-axis. So this is y bar. From x-axis we should measure
4r upon 3 pi.
What is x bar? X bar is 4r upon 3 pi, correct. So x bar
And
is
y is
4r upon 3 pi. Why it is 4r upon 3 pi? Because I have already told you that from base, the centroid is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So this is the base. From base, the centroid is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. And fortunately, this base is along the y-axis. So whatever x bar we required, it is same as this distance, 4r by 3 pi. So your x bar is 4r by 3 pi. And now this is y bar. So what is y bar now? This much of distance, how much it is?
r.
R. Okay. So this is the radius of the semicircle. This side also. This is the radius. So this is R and R. This is your center. Okay. So y bar is equal to what? R. And area is again same. Pi r square by 2. It is pi r square by 2. Okay. One more case is there for semicircle. Now, if the semicircle is, it is like this, parallel to y-axis, but okay, now this type of semicircle is there. Okay, my diagram is not that much good for the semicircle. You draw a neat diagram. So here now this is also semicircle. Same thing is that radius is r, diameter is d. Now if I locate its center and centroid, so here somewhere the center of the semicircle, and this point is nothing but the centroid of the semicircle. After that we can draw the reference axis. So we should draw the reference axis in such a way that our figure must be in a first quadrant. So this is y-axis. Okay, and this is x-axis. Okay, so these are our reference axis. Now values. X bar is equal to y bar is equal to. सांगा किती येणार x bar?
R minus 4R upon 3 pi.
Correct. R minus 4R upon 3 pi. And what is y bar?
R.
Y bar is R. Okay, so here you can see how it is R minus 4R by 3 pi. So see, now this is the centroid. So the distance from the y-axis of the centroid, this much of distance. This is nothing but this is my x bar. This is x bar. And the distance of centroid from x-axis, this distance. This is nothing but it is y bar. So now this is the center. So here from the center, the distance of outermost fiber, this distance, this is nothing but the radius. This is r. Okay. And from this point again, if you move it at other direction, then this is also r from the center. So it is clearly observed that y bar is nothing but it is equal to r. So I can write y bar is equal to r. Okay. Now to calculate x bar, we have studied that now this is x bar. This is my y-axis, this is x-axis, so this is x bar. But we know that from the base, this is the base. This dimension is nothing but we call this as base. The centroid of the semicircle from base, it is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So from base, that is this distance from here, from base up to centroid, this point. Okay. So this is nothing but it is 4r upon 3 pi. 4r upon 3 pi. Okay, if I show you, this is the line. This is 4r upon 3 pi. Okay. Now what is this total distance? This total from this point up to here, from the centroid, if I draw this total, this total distance, this much of distance. Okay. So this total distance, it is nothing but it is radius. This is r. This is r. Now you can see from this total distance, if I minus this much of distance, that is 4r by 3 pi, I will get x bar. I will get x bar because this total is r. From that we are minusing this, subtracting this. So we will get x bar. So here I will write this x bar is equal to r minus 4r upon 3 pi. Again area is same. Again area is same, pi r square by 2. Okay. So again area will be same, pi r square by 2. So these are some cases of the semicircle. So these are some important formulas which are given to you. First formula we have seen for the rectangle. Second we have seen for the circle. Then third we have seen for the right angle triangle. Then for isosceles triangle. And now for the semicircle. So once again see all the formulas and we will take some small numerical on this semicircle so that you will understand how to calculate the centroid. Okay, so just you see all the formulas whatever there in your, which are there in your notebook, and then we will take one numerical. So write down the problem. Find centroid of semicircle. Find centroid of semicircle having diameter 200 mm with base parallel to y-axis and opposite to it. So this is the given problem. Find the centroid of the semicircle having diameter 200 mm with base parallel to y-axis and opposite to it. Now 4 cases of semicircles are there with you. Out of those 4 cases, the problem is talking about which case? Can you tell me if I numbered all these cases? Okay, if I give the number, see, first I will say that this is my case 1, this is case 2. If I say this is case 3 and this is case 4. Now this problem which is given to you, can you tell me which case it belongs to? Case 4. Okay, correct.
Case
So
4.
Case 4, it is belongs to case 4 because what is said in the numerical, base is parallel to y-axis. When they says that base is parallel to y-axis, these first 2 cases are eliminated because in the first 2 cases base is parallel to x-axis, and in numerical they said that base is parallel to y-axis. So answer will be in case number 3 and case number 4. या दोन्ही पैकीच एक असायला पाहिजे. पुढे त्यांनी काय सांगितलंय? So base is parallel to y-axis and opposite to it. Okay, along it म्हटलेलं नाहीये. It is not given that the base is parallel to y-axis and it is along it. Along it जर म्हटलं असतं तर केस नंबर 3 आली असती, म्हणजे बेस आणि y-axis एकाच लाईनवर आहे. But it is written that opposite to it. So y-axis ला base opposite आहे. Now this is your 4th case. So this is y-axis and base is opposite to y-axis. Okay, here it is the base. Okay, now we need to find out x bar and y bar. So use the formula. What is the formula for x bar?
R minus 4R upon 3 pi.
R minus 4R upon 3 pi. Put the values. What is the radius? Diameter is 200. Then what is the radius? 100. If diameter is 200, radius is 100. Minus 4 into R is again 100. Divided by 3 pi. Pi value you will get directly from the calculator. Okay. So solve this.
$57.55.
Okay, so it is 57.55 mm because diameter is given in mm. And now y bar. What is the formula for y bar? Y bar is equal to R, which is equal to what is radius? 100 mm. 100 mm. Okay, so finally you should write the answer. This is in this way you should write the answer. G is the standard notation used for the centroid. For centroid and center of gravity, we used to give notation to these points as G, point G. Okay, so I will write here G, x bar and y bar, means the ordinate of point G, x bar and y bar are equal to, it is G, x ordinate is 57.55 mm and y ordinate is 100 mm. Are you getting the meaning of this? काय इंडिकेट करते हैं समझते का? 55.57 and 100 mm. What does it indicate? The distances of the centroid. So if I draw the diagram of this, see, this is the semicircle This is the semicircle, and somewhere here its centroid is located. Okay. Again, x-axis, y-axis. These are the reference axes. Reference axes are always required to find the centroid. Okay. Remember these points. Reference axes are always required to find the centroids. Okay, so what is the exact meaning of this? So the meaning of this is my x bar. From y-axis up to the centroid, this is x bar. And the value of this x bar, this value is 57.55 mm. Okay. And now this 100 mm is my y bar. So from x-axis, this vertical distance, this is y bar. And it says that this y bar is nothing but it is equal to 100 mm. So if you go vertically 100 mm and move horizontally 57.55 mm from the origin of this reference axis, then the point which you will get, that point is nothing but it is the what we can say, centroid of the semicircle. Okay, then that point is the centroid of the semicircle. This is what is the meaning of this. Is there any doubt? So we will take the next numerical if there is no doubt. तर डाउट आहे का याच्यात? नाही, बर ठीक आहे. हा,
पेपर मध्ये फिगरचा आहे का?
पेपर मध्ये
म्हणजे फिगर काढायला लागते काही आकृती.
तुम्हाला समजत नसलं तर तुम्ही आकृती काढून सॉल्व्ह करा, नाही काढली तरी चालतंय. एक्झाम मध्ये आन्सर इज इम्पॉर्टंट. आणि हे क्वेश्चन एक्झामला विचारला जात नाही बरं का. हे जे आता इथं सॉल्व्ह केले 3 ओळीचं, एवढा सोपा क्वेश्चन एक्झाम मध्ये नसते. इन एक्झाम दे विल टेल यू टू कॅल्क्युलेट सेंट्रॉइड as well as moment of inertia. So moment of inertia is our next bit that we will see later on. But to calculate the moment of inertia, you must be perfect in the calculating of centroid. Okay. To understand this concept of semicircle, I have taken this numerical. Okay. So whenever there are problems are there in which you need to calculate the centroid as well as moment of inertia, in those problems you required to draw the diagram. बिना diagram चे तुम्ही problem solve करू शकत नाही. Okay. So at that time we will see. ही काय, ही छोटी डायग्राम आहे, ही तुम्ही नाही काढली तरी चालते. बर, दिस टाइप्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लेम्स व्हॉट एव्हर आय हॅव टेकन राईट नाव, दिस टाइप्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लेम्स कॅन बी आस्क्ड फॉर द एमसीक्यूज. ओके. नॉर्मली सेमी सर्कलचा फॉर्म्युला मुलांच्या लवकर लक्षात राहत नाही, म्हणून मुद्दामून सेमी सर्कल वरती तुम्हाला एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन विचारलेला असते. दिस क्वेश्चन कॅन बी आस्क्ड फॉर एमसीक्यू ऑल्सो, बिकॉज इफ यू नो द फॉर्म्युला हार्डली इट विल टेक 1 minute टू कॅल्क्युलेट these answers. Okay. If you know the formula, hardly it will take 1 minute to calculate these answers. So this question can be asked for 1 mark or it can be asked for the 2 marks in the MCQ. Okay. Okay. So the problem we will take later on. Now there is one more concept. See, now we have seen the formula for rectangle. कुठल्या diagram साठी आपण formula बघितलाय. We have seen the formula for rectangle, then circle, then third right angle triangle. Okay. Then third right angle triangle, fourth isosceles triangle, isosceles triangle, fifth semicircle. Okay. आता ह्याचे सगळ्याचे फॉर्म्युले तुम्हाला माहिती आहेत. यू नो द फॉर्म्युला ऑफ दीज फिगर्स. ओके. You know the formulas of these figures. पण काय जगामध्ये एवढेच 5 डायग्राम आहेत का? ह्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त काय फिगर्स नाही आहेत का? ओके. आहेत. ओके. Just now you have seen only the formulas for the 5 figures. You know how to calculate the centroid of these 5 figures. Now you know that how to calculate x bar and y bar for these 5 figures. Now suppose if I draw the figure and it is like this. Suppose now if I draw the diagram, if I draw the T section, now this is called as T section. Okay. Now here there is no direct formula for T section. You can see over here. शिकवलंय का तुम्हाला मी T sectionचा फॉर्म्युला इथं? मग तुम्ही जर फॉर्म्युला शिकला नाही ह्याचा अर्थ ही डायग्राम एक्झिस्टिंग नाहीये असं होतो का? होत नाही, because you learn only these 5 formulas, but based on these 5 formulas you should be able to solve these types of numericals also, or these types of diagrams also. So these types of diagrams are called as composite diagrams. Okay, these are called as composite figures. Composite figures are the figures which are made up of 2 or more simple figures. Okay, 2 or more simple figures. Now this is T section. This is T section, but I can simplify this T section. I can simplify this T section into 2 figures. Let us say that this is my figure number 1. This is the upper rectangle. I can say that this is my figure number 1, and this lower rectangle I can say that this is my figure number 2. So even though if I don't know the formula for T section, I don't know the direct formula to calculate the centroid of the T section, but when I divide this T section into 2 rectangles, I know the formula for the rectangle, how to calculate the centroid of the rectangle. So by using that concept, I can calculate the centroid of the T section. Okay, मराठीत सांगतो परत एकदा बघा. ह्या 5 ज्या फिगर्स आता जे आपण फॉर्म्युले शिकलो आहेत, तर एवढ्या 5 फिगर्सच नाहीत, ह्याच्यापेक्षा n नंबर ऑफ फिगर्स आहेत. ओके, तर त्याच्यातलं एक सॅम्पल म्हणून जर मी इथे जर एक टी सेक्शन ड्रॉ केला, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज टी सेक्शन. लाइकवाइज देयर आर चॅनल सेक्शन इज देयर, एल सेक्शन इज देयर. असा तुमचा एल सेक्शन पण असू शकतो ना. मग आता ह्या एल सेक्शनचा आपल्याकडे डायरेक्ट फॉर्म्युला नाहीये म्हणजे याचा सीजी आपण काढायचंच नाही का? ओके, तर असं होत नाही. सो व्हॉट वी जनरली डू, हा जो टी सेक्शन आहे, ह्या टी सेक्शनचा आपल्याकडे डायरेक्ट फॉर्म्युला नाहीये, तरी मग आपण काय करतो, या टी सेक्शनला आपल्याकडे हे जे अवेलेबल फॉर्म्युलेज आहेत या एरियामध्ये डिवाइड करायचा प्रयत्न करतो आपण. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल काय की या टी सेक्शनचा पहिला जो ही पहिला ब्लॉक आहे ह्याला आपण पहिला रेक्टँगल मध्ये डिवाइड केलं, खालच्या ब्लॉकला सेकंड रेक्टँगल मध्ये डिवाइड केलं. मग जरी मला टी सेक्शनचा फॉर्म्युला माहित नसला सेंट्रॉइडचा, तरी पण या 2 रेक्टँगलचा सेंट्रॉइडचा फॉर्म्युला मला माहिती ना कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं. सो बाय युजिंग दॅट वी कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट द सेंट्रॉइड ऑफ दिस होल टी सेक्शन बाय युजिंग दीज फॉर्म्युलाज. ओके, अँड दीज फिगर्स नाव. आता इकडे बघा, हा जो टी सेक्शन आहे हा कसा बनलेला आहे? It is made up of combining 2 rectangles. This lower portion it is called as web, and this upper portion it is called as flange. Okay, so this T section is made up of 2 rectangles. So असं 2 किंवा 2पेक्षा अधिक फिगर मिक्स करून जी डायग्राम बनते त्याला आपण म्हणतो कंपोजिट फिगर्स. That diagram is called as the composite figure. So that figure is called as composite figure. Same case is there in the case of L section also. Now if you see this is L section, we don't have direct formula for the L section. जसं की तुम्हाला रेक्टँगल दिला आणि त्याचा सेंट्रॉइड काढा म्हणलं तर तुम्ही डायरेक्ट लगेच सांगता b/2 d/2. का सांगता तर तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट फॉर्म्युला माहिती आहे. But now when the L section is given to you, there is no direct formula to calculate the centroid of the L section. So what we do generally, we divide this L section into 2 areas. Now suppose if I draw a line like this, and if I say that this bottom is my rectangle 1, and whatever remain at this side, this is my area 2. So area 1, this area, this is rectangle, and formula of rectangle is known to you. Area 2, this is also rectangle, and formula of rectangle is also known to you. Okay, here you can use b/2 d/2, and further I will tell you how to calculate that. But the point is that the crux of this discussion is that I want to tell you, even though if you know only these 5 formulas, even though if you know these 5 formulas, still by using these 5 formulas you can calculate the centroid of any figure given to you. You can calculate the centroid of any figure given to you. Okay, is it clear? समजलं का काय सांगितलं ते? तुम्हाला कळलं का रे? कळलं नक्की? ओके, हा, व्हॉट अबाउट यू, दोज हु आर ऑनलाइन?
Yes, sir.
समजलं ना? ठीक आहे. So now we will see what is the formula to calculate the centroid of composite sections. Okay, composite section कशाला म्हणायचं हे कळलं का आधी? कळलं का कशाला म्हणायचं? Whenever a figure is made up of two or more simple figures. Simple figure आपण कशाला म्हणतो? If it is rectangle, circle, then triangle, semicircle, these are our simple figures. Okay. When two or more simple figures are combined and whatever the figure is getting developed, that figure is called as composite figure. म्हणजे इथं काय म्हणू शकतो मी की दोन रेक्टँगल जर मी एकत्र केले, एक रेक्टँगल आडवा ठेवला आणि एक रेक्टँगल उभा ठेवला तर माझा टी सेक्शन तयार झाला. So that T section is nothing but it's my composite figure because it is made up of two rectangles. Okay, so these types of figures are called as composite figures. Now we will see how to calculate the centroid of composite figures. So you also write down this. This is important. So give the heading centroid of composite sections or composite figures or composite diagrams, one and the same thing. So first we will write some description about this. In the composite sections, now it is not, it is in if, right here, if the composite sections, if the composite sections are given, then split those sections, into number of areas of known geometry and find out the centroid by using the formula given below. Okay, and the formula is x bar is equal to, it is a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 plus dash 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 dash, it is an xn up to nth area, okay, whole divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus dash 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 nth area an. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the x bar. How to calculate the x bar. Then next is for y bar. Now for y bar, the formula is again same, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 plus, it is an yn divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus dash 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 an. So this is the area for the, this is the formula of the centroid x bar and y bar for the composite figures. Okay, so in the next lecture we will see the numericals on this composite section. We will solve a T section to calculate the centroid. Okay, T section, I section, we will solve based on these formulas. So whatever today we have taken in the class, please see those formulas and everything in the evening. Okay, so that for tomorrow's lecture you will be able to understand it and you will be able to give the answers of my question. Okay. So now I will take the attendance. 4 वाजले ना? Okay. So today we will stop over here. So give the attendance. Roll number 1,
Present.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6,
Present, sir.
7,
Present, sir.
8, 9,
Present, sir.
10,
Present, sir.
11, 12. Roll number 12. Roll number 12 is absent. 13. Today is 3rd March or 4th March? 3rd March.
Third mark.
Okay. So roll number 12, 12 is absent. Roll number 13. 13 is also absent. 14, 15. Roll number 15. 16,
Present.
17,
Present, sir.
18, 19,
Present.
20,
Present, sir.
21,
Present, sir.
22, 22, 23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28,
Present.
29, 29, 30, 31, 22 is present. Okay, 31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35, 36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39, 40,
Present.
41,
Present.
42,
Present, sir.
43, 44,
Present, sir.
45, 46, 47,
Present, sir.
48,
Present, sir.
49,
Present, sir.
50,
Present, sir.
51, 52,
Present, sir.
53, 54,
Present, sir.
55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61.
Present.
Okay. So who is present? 31 is present. Okay, just a minute. I will share this screen so that you will be able to see the absent roll numbers for today. Okay, so the today's absent roll numbers are 12, 13, 15, 18, 29, 35, 43, 51, 53, 55, 56, 58, 59, 60. Anybody? Huh? 55.
55.
55 is present. Okay. अजून कोण आहे का present? अजून कोण आहे का? 55 is present. Anybody else? Okay. So we will stop over here.